Okay, everybody, 12/4/2016, Sunday, and take your pick of all the random, peculiar, crazy things that are going on in the world, because there's a lot of them out there. And I want to flash back real quick to what I stated at the end of September, the beginning of October, when I issued all the warnings. I said it's not going to be one thing. I said it's going to be an amalgamation of political, social, and economic hotspots, fireworks that are going to start going off. And they have. And we're in the thick of it as I speak right now. I'm going to buzz through a couple of different things and describe a little bit more in detail of what we're going through, why, what it's going to lead to, what's really happening behind the scenes. So it's really a medley of different things today that I want to cover. First of all, I want to talk about Donald Trump. He is turning down classified intelligence briefings. He is not reading classified intelligence briefings. He's denying oversight on those issues. Why? I don't know. Who is overseeing those issues? I don't know. What I'm led to believe is that, as I stated before, he's got very close ties to Putin. Putin is overshadowing and giving security, military protection, probably access to technologies. Putin is very tied in with the extraterrestrial space human network. Putin knows a lot more than most people behind the scenes, and I'm sure that it's some type of delegation between Trump and Putin. Because we live in a global world, space human influence is a global thing, and that connection of the Trump-Putin association, I believe, is giving Trump the ability to do that. So we'll have to monitor that, see if I get any more information on it as time goes on. And dovetailing into that, I'd like to talk about the space humans a little bit. I know I talked about the Drak. I know I talked about the white ships. I saw the white ships again. They actually hung around. It was a single ship. Hung around much longer. It was much closer. And it was in plain sight. Like the messages, hello, we're here. One time, two times, couldn't be anything coincidental, Mr. JDP. So, that is happening. I'm also going to get into some more space human things later on in my bullet points, but I also wanted to bring to the forefront right now the sighting of the ship in Turkey. If you guys have not seen it yet, I'm not going to attach a link. Go into YouTube, pull up UFO Turkey. There is a very vivid visual image of the ship. There's all kinds of lights flickering around it. It is non-deniable. Okay. Space humans have made contact, in addition to myself, with other individuals around the planet. And eventually, these contacts are going to be broadened, and they're going to include everyone on the planet. Okay, so just be aware of that. And I said a couple of videos ago, I said UFO activity sightings are peaking in number of occurrences globally. I said that about a month ago in one of the private videos. Okay, well, here we are again with the Turkey, over the airspace of Turkey ship that appeared. It's going to continue, and eventually these contacts are going to flow through the limited number of people that have direct contact with these individuals, and it's going to flow into the general populace, which means you guys. So, and I know one member has already emailed me and said that they have witnessed lights in a couple of different instances, and I shared with this individual, yeah, that's how it starts. You have to understand that space humans slash extraterrestrials slash more advanced civilizations, they know what they are doing. They know how to socialize themselves with the right peoples at the right times. They're very adapted to transforming civilizations and planets. They know what they're doing, okay? So if you think that things might be moving a little slow, or that things are lethargic and they're not going at the pace that you think that they should be going at, hey, listen, they know what they're doing, okay? And they're going to start with the individuals that are a little bit more tuned into what their objective is first, then it'll trickle down to the other individuals. And from the feedback that I got from this member, it's already starting to transfer into a member, and there might be other stories out there with you guys, of DisinfoWars. Okay, let's get down to this nitty-gritty thing about the economic issues. And what we are seeing is the unwinding of the system. It's nothing to be afraid of. It's nothing to be scared of. I know that there's a lot of hysteria on the net, and a lot of that is instrumented by the cabal, Illuminati, evil reptilians, whatever you want to call it. They love to get people amped up. And I'm trying to calm you guys down and say, no, it's not a crash, it's not a collapse. And I've said before, it's rapid change. It is a change aspect. So view it that way. The things are going to be much brighter, much grander as time goes on, and there's nothing to be afraid of. So as the system unwinds, that's the reason why the dollar is surging against other currencies. It's not showing strength, it's showing weakness, because the last thing you want in the Forex markets is rapid arbitrage. You don't want those big swings up or down in the currency fluctuations, denominated fluctuations. So it's showing that the Forex, financial, dollar, and other currency markets are under great stress. Okay? Also, you see that in the move by the Indian government in the country of India for these dollar bills. I think it was 500 rupee and 1,000 rupee notes that they've banned, taken out of circulation. No one can explain why that's happening. No one can explain what is going on. And what it is it's an override by the space human / extraterrestrial / Drock / other groups, etc., etc. They have very advanced technologies, and they have very advanced ways of putting into society or implementing what they want and what needs to happen. And whether the Indian president or premier or prime minister, whoever made this decision, is conscious about it or not, there's an extraterrestrial space human hand in it. No doubt about it. Because it's going to pressure the system, current system, to expire faster. Okay? Another thing, you see that Dow Jones is well over 18,000. That is not a sign of strength. It is a sign of weakness. And I have heard personally from a lot of my contacts directly that they are getting a little nervous about the price levels of the Dow. Whenever you extend price levels, it can do two things. It can make people excited, or it can allow people to get hesitant because the prices are overvalued. Okay? And a lot of people are picking up on that, which I also interpret as that same, under those same memes. It's overpriced, therefore sell, get out. And that, as the Dow theoretically continues to go higher, which is being manipulated, I think that that attitude is going to continue to prosper and spread. It's overvalued. I mean, if you went into a store and a pumpkin was priced at $54.95, would you buy it? No. You'd say, damn, the pumpkins are too expensive. It's overpriced. I don't want no pumpkins. Give me some, Hubbard squash or something instead. Anyhow, you also see the bond yields are surging and the interest rates. I've been mentioning this to you guys for several months, and now we're getting to the point where it's being more exposed and more tangible and more apparent. Again, that's another sign of arbitrage. It's another sign of weakness, and it's another sign of the system getting out of line and coming unwound. The numbers are going to extended, stretched levels because of the stresses on the system. Let's talk about this Italian referendum that's going on today. This is a big deal. This is a very big deal. in addition to Brexit, in addition to Trump getting in office, and not so much Trump getting in office, but the FBI shutting down Hillary Clinton campaign. Remember, that was the plea bargain. That was the reason why all the papers were advertising or reporting a Clinton victory long before the election, and then they all had to eat rotten meat or a little crow when it was over, because the FBI said to the Clintons, look, if you keep pursuing and manipulating this election, okay, we're going to prosecute, and you know you're going to go down for it. So that was the inside plea bargain that was going on. Also, I want you guys to notice, does anyone notice how Hillary Clinton, all through the election, and even present day right now, do you notice how she's healthy? She's walking around, her Tourette's, or her epilepsy, or her Parkinson's disease, or her brain tumor, or her pneumonia, or whatever the affliction that the alternative media reported over and over and over again. Do you notice how that has mysteriously gone away? And who was the person that said to you guys, they put her in a rejuvenation machine, everything's going to be fine, everything is okay? Even when she went on the Jimmy Kimmel show and she opened up that can of pickles or something, and I said, look, they put her in a rejuvenation machine, everything's fine. Who was the one that came out with that correct? Me. I was the one that reported it correctly. And it's not about me. I don't say these things to gloat. I don't say these things to boast. I say these and document these things to you guys so we can see the feedback loop with my interpretation or my intel is correct and spot on. Because there's a lot of fake intel out there. In fact, it sickens me. And a lot of you guys have been on this channel for a long time, and you've seen me in the beginning years of the channel. I used to go at people. I would go at all kinds of people. I went at Lindsey Williams. I went at Alex Jones. I went at all kinds of different people because they're false prophets, and they're trying to hype everything up for view counts, hysteria, emotional output, etc., etc., etc. I don't have the time to do that anymore, and it became frivolous because in the end, no one listens to what the heck you're saying. And also, I got introduced to the space humans and the other extraterrestrials, and that changed the trajectory of what I was doing. It's much more important, much more beneficial for me to release and document the intel in the way, in the manners that I'm doing it now. Hey, if Alex Jones wants to be a turd in the punch bowl, let him be a turd in the punch bowl. And if other turds want to go and follow him, fine. Hey, go for it. If Lindsey Williams wants to associate with Alex Jones and be the tidy bowl man inside the punch bowl with the turd, fine. Then let him go for it. They know who I am. And they're well aware of the fact of who JDP is and what he's all about. So, that's really all that matters. Back to another instance here, this Dakota pipeline. Do you guys notice? What did I say a couple months ago? Political, social, economic. Now you've got apparently a bunch of veterans up there defending the Indians and the protesters, which I think is phenomenal. That is one of the core foundations of this country. Stand up and voice your opinion. Stand up and defend those that are on the right side of the argument. Don't subordinate yourself to governmental control. Don't subordinate yourself to some opinion of some bureaucrat living in some fucking ivory tower. Hey, this is your neighborhood. This is my neighborhood. This land is ours. So let's go voice our opinion if we need to take action and defend it against these marauders, against these spiritually unadvanced individuals. Fine. Then that's how it's going to be. As Ross Perot used to say, little Ross Perot, where the rubber meets the road, he used to say. Where the rubber meets the road, exactly. Grassroots, boots on the ground. And you watch this Dakota pipeline thing turn into something different if these veterans and other individuals keep standing up. Remember the Bundy Ranch? What happened to Bundy Ranch? When you had all those different people with their AR-15s out there, citizens, I think there were veterans also, and just general people of the United States. Exactly. That's how the United States was built. And it was built on a premise. It was built on action that gets things accomplished. Stand up. So, let's see, what else do we have here today? I'm going to go through, let me just click on this, see if I missed anything. This other thing about this Clinton thing, excuse me, where she's trying to, I don't know, recount the votes or something. Ignore that. That's, please, would you be quiet and just get out of here? And it's not Clinton. It's not Hillary Clinton doing it. It's not the Clintons doing it. It's these other people that are associated with the Clintons, that businesses, corporations that had a lot to gain with the Clinton victory. Okay, they're not going to get anywhere. It's just it's rhetoric for the time being, and it will be quelled over time. Okay, I think I got to probably the major bullet points. Again, hey, you guys can always email if you've got a question, if you've got something that's itching at you, you don't understand what's going on. Email. Send the question in. And I think that's going to do it for today. Where are we at? 12/4/2016, Sunday. Okay, guys, take care. Be safe.